Started my own band at 14 with a couple of my buddies, and actually,
what was that band called?
Insidious.
Insidious.
Yeah, and we were like a grind crust band.
There you go.
Yeah. Dude, we
unreadable logo, the whole deal.
Totally, and just horrible music. You know?
Sounds like you recorded on a trash can.
Yeah, and my mom put up with it. We practiced that at my house. You know,
and fucking shout out to her.
Oh, absolutely. Dude, I don't know how she dealt with that. I can't even deal with that nowadays. You know? Like it's insane. But yeah. So
you know what sounds worse than grindcore? Practicing grindcore.
Yeah, that's exactly right.
It's the worst noises you could possibly make. With the guys like,
man.
Welcome to Get Heavy Podcast. Your host, Craig Casamas and Big J Curran.
Anyway, all right, guys, what's up? Welcome to Get Heavy Podcast.
Amen.
We got Big J in the house, and we have some very special guests. The two most gorgeous, handsome, talented members of the Ventura's own Easy Death. Spencer and Jay, welcome, guys. Welcome to the podcast.
Thanks for having us.
How the hell
I will
are you?
say you two being the best looking out of the four is not saying a lot.
It's I know.
Oh, sure.
That's not much of a reach. You know what I mean? I've seen the other two.
Yeah.
There's a reason why they're not here.
They're too tall.
Be out of camera view.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah. Well, it's nice to have you guys on. I appreciate you coming.
Stoked to be here, man.
Totally.
Fuck yeah, dude. So Easy Death, I've said this a million times. You guys are my favorite band in Ventura.
That's crazy.
Picking up the heavy torch and fucking running with it, dude. I love it.
I was going to say, I mean, The Wrath, that was literally my favorite band out of Ventura for a long time.
And thank you, sir. Yeah. No, man, it's awesome. It's awesome to see you guys doing everything, man, and sticking with it. And you've been in the band a while now.
Right.
But you were the last guy to. Well, I guess Andrew's not in.
So we both, he's not anymore,
Yeah,
but we
okay.
both joined at the same time.
Same time, okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, because you guys were ripping 3 guitars for a while, which is a wild move.
Yeah. It was a lot. Like, I remember people telling me, like, damn, that's a lot of guitar.
It's a lot,
you know?
yeah. So Ox, my old band in the early days, was 3 guitar players.
Right.
And it was way too much. You know what I mean? It was just, it only ends in one of you guys leaving. You know what I mean? There's just no way to do it.
Yeah.
You know? But what's up? So Easy Death, when did you guys form?
So
You guys been around a while.
Yeah, it's an abstract kind of thing.
Right.
Because, I mean, I started the band by myself, like just with hopes and dreams of actually, getting something together.
Right.
I had this concept probably
Pull
around
that
2015.
a smidge closer to you.
Oh, okay.
You can turn it towards you. There you go.
Yeah, so around like 2015, I was living in LA, and I was working for, I was an intern actually at Riding Easy.
Oh, really?
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah. Shout out to Daniel.
Yeah. Which, if you don't know, awesome fucking label.
Oh, yeah, tons of great
Awesome.
bands.
Awesome
We're
fucking
actually
label.
playing with their newest signing March 11th in Palmdale.
Oh, really?
Transplants, yeah.
Cool.
Early Moods, they're sick. But yeah, so I mean, I came up with like the concept like 2015, and it took a couple years to like kind of gather people.
Right.
I was convincing my brother for at least 2 years.
Right.
He's like, yeah, whatever. And we were in other bands at that time.
Yeah.
But basically 2017 is like what I consider,
When it started.
yeah, the actual start of it.
Yeah.
That's when we really started like putting things together. We had, we found a drummer, found another guitar player, and
Right.
started doing it. So
Yeah. And it's been running, dude.
yeah.
I like it.
Yeah, we're constantly trying to grow and find new ways of growing what we do.
Right.
So.
And you guys have a pretty set lineup at this point.
Yeah, absolutely.
It's good.
This
Yeah.
is
I
the
know
family.
there's some few
Yeah.
changeovers.
Absolutely.
Had some like fucking Spinal Tap drummer situations, I think, for a while, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It happens,
Yeah.
Happens to the
we
best
had
of us.
we had good friends that filled in for a while, and that was great. They were there for us to help us keep going. So.
Yeah.
But I think now we solid.
Yeah,
This is
it
forward.
feels very
This is
solid.
it. Absolutely.
So is this new stuff? So you guys have a brand new single out, right?
Yes.
Titled
Gunstone.
Gunstone.
Yeah.
New video dropped the other day. You can watch it on YouTube. It's awesome.
It is
You were telling me that your wife painstakingly edited it
Yes,
until she had an eye twitch.
Susie. Another shout out, Susie, man. She does a lot for us. I mean, me and her basically run all the media and kind of the admin side of things. And, you know, I'm really grateful that she's willing to stick it with us, you know? Because that's like the not so fun part of being in a band,
really
you know,
is,
having to do all the like paperwork and emailing and things like that.
Yeah.
That's my Craig.
Yeah.
That's my Craig, you know. I just show up and sing good shit, and he handles all the admin and
There you go.
Totally.
solid
Yeah, he shows up and
support.
goes, "Why isn't this here?" And I'm like,
Oh, you motherfucker.
I'm like in here for 6 hours getting crap. He walks
Yeah.
in, he's like, "What the fuck, dude?"
5 minutes before. What? There's no drinks?
Yeah, literally. Yeah, you drink them all last night.
That's kind of how it goes, you know.
There's always somebody, dude. You know? But yeah, it's cool, man. I mean, the single is awesome. I mean, is this the first stuff you guys have like all written like together? Like you guys all recorded it together, right? I mean, I know you've been in a while now, but
Yeah, I mean, like, for me, I don't know, you can speak to this, but when I first started playing, it was kind of just like, all right, especially with 3 guitar players, like, all right, how can we
Where do we
diversify?
fit?
Yeah, you know, every
Right.
different tone and all that.
yeah.
And I just, all right, I'm going to try to do my own thing. So all the songs were already written, but I just kind of felt like I sprinkled my little flair onto it, you know?
Yeah.
And it kind of still is the same way for the most part. I mean, we all come with riffs and things like that, but
I think at this point though we're like comfortable with like what the roles are, and like Jay does like I'll write the bass of the song, right? I'll come through, I'll demo it out for the guys, and I'll come to them with the track, and I'm like, okay, here's the concept, you know. But
The bare bones.
Jay comes
outline.
in with like the stuff where it's just like the things that the song needs that weren't there in the first place,
Right.
you know, and the things that he hears and just adds like I don't know, like I don't even know what to call them technically, you know, the things that he does, but it's like the little stoppies and like all the cool shit.
The accoutrement.
Yeah. It's
I
the
like
things
that.
really
Flair.
like decorate the song,
Yeah.
you know.
It's,
And-
you're
Jay
literally
said-
the 26 pieces of flair.
yeah, absolutely.
I mean, that's what Jay said to begin with. Is like, I like to have my little flair.
Yeah,
you know, and then,
Yeah, he kills it. And then, I mean, Sean, he's very particular with the way he plays bass, and so I tend to try to not even write any bass. Occasionally, I will, but he'll never play that anyways. So
Well, and it's something that is a true term for any fucking band, dude. You have to have the bass player and the drummer locked in.
Oh,
you know
yeah,
what I mean? And the
totally.
bass, like, if you look at like what my band Tongue is doing, I have no fucking clue what Nick's doing. Not a fucking clue
Yeah.
what he's doing. But I trust him. You know what I
Right,
mean?
Yeah, absolutely.
And then it isn't until we record and I go,
yeah.
okay,
Yeah.
that's what you're doing.
Yeah,
dude?
recently we played a show and
Yeah.
Jason, our drummer, he records everything. Like he records
Oh,
our
really?
practices and everything. And he recorded one of our sets at our show, and I didn't even know what Sean was doing.
Right.
But the recording was all fucked up, and all we could hear was Sean's bass.
Oh, really?
And I was like, dude, that's awesome. Like, I didn't even know that's what you were doing, you know? Like, it was a horrible recording,
Yeah.
but it was really
It shined
enlightening.
a thing.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's so weird because like there's so many times like being in a band, especially a loud band.
Yeah.
you can hide a lot of flaws in a
Oh,
loud
yeah.
fucking band, especially
yeah.
if you're down tuned.
Oh,
you know what I
yeah.
mean? It's been my secret weapon for the last
Yeah.
25 fucking years.
I'm
It's
right there with you.
I will make up in volume what I cannot in talent. Right.
Right.
But there has been so many times where I would be playing a riff and we'd land on something, and I realize that me and whoever the guitar player, like Brent in one case, we're literally a half step off from each other. And we have been for years. And no one fucking knows. You know what I mean? You're like, how the fuck
Yeah.
did that happen?
that happens to me all the time.
It's here. And he's all, no, it's not. I'm like, nah, dude, it's fucking here. Like, and then I'm wrong sometimes, and I wrote the fucking thing. You know what
Yeah.
I mean? You're like, God damn it, dude. It's a weird dynamic. But when you can really trust members, when you can trust each other, you know what I mean? That's when the best shit comes out. You know what I
Yeah,
mean?
totally.
Absolutely.
As long as you don't have like a maniac that wants to fucking, control everything. You know?
I'm a little bit like that.
Yeah, you got to be a little maniac, but you can't be all maniac.
Yeah, totally. I like, you know, I write the songs, like I was saying, I write the bass, but I'm so open to the ideas that the guys bring. And like I said, everything they bring is great. It's just, it's things I wouldn't have thought of. And that's the best part, you know? Like, it's fun to have something surprising about something you wrote, you know? Like, and yeah, they do a great job. They kill it. And I'm proud of us for sure. Yeah. With what we're doing right now, it's incredible. Like, is the record recorded yet? I know you guys dropped the single, but are you guys like mixing still and doing the whole thing? Yeah, so we're I'm still doing vocals. Just went in.
Music's done.
Music's all done. Okay. Vocals are being done.
And you're the only vocalist. There's no backups any.
Sean does vocals as well. Right? Yeah. He was in the studio with me on Thursday. So,
yeah, I don't typically have a mic in front of me. So.
When Jay gets a mic, it's usually dangerous.
Really? Can you not yell or?
I can, you know what I mean, but I get silly, I suppose, you know, because it just becomes like a fun thing. You're like, this isn't something that I'm, used to, so let me fuck around with it a little bit.
Yeah, I get you.
I totally understand that.
Yeah.
You put a mic in front of my face, I'm going to just get stupid.
It's a Jay thing, apparently, huh? Yeah. Jays are not to be trusted.
It might be a Jay. It is a Jay thing.
Yeah, I love having a mic in front of my face, and as soon as it happens, though, I just immediately just start wanting to talking shit and have fun and like make shit fun. Right. You know?
An old band I was in, we were on tour and we were playing, I think, in like Olympia, Washington, and the sound guys put a mic in front of my face. I'm like, all right, well, this doesn't belong here, but all right. So I set it up like really tall, like Lemmy style, you know. And I was just all, doing my best Lemmy impressions and in between songs. Yeah, in between songs. And finally our singer just was like, all right, dude, like, you're done. He took it away. So that was the last time, yeah.
You got vetoed, dude.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah. It happens, dude. There's everyone has their strengths, right?
Right.
You just can't, you just fuck it.
Every now and then, Sean, our bassist,
Well, and Sean does an incredible Lemmy.
Oh yeah,
he was Lemmy, dude.
Yeah,
you guys, you were in that too, right?
Yeah.
You guys fucking killed the.
I was in the early version of that. Yeah.
They did a Motorhead cover band and fuck.
Yeah, I actually
it was so close.
I had a broken hand while I was playing
in
that band. Yeah, and that was the first band I ever played guitar in too.
Oh really?
So, yeah.
Were you not? Did you play something else, or you just?
I started playing drums when I was 7.
Oh really?
So I'm like, I still consider myself a drummer.
Really?
Like, yeah.
You're one of those, huh?
Yeah, and then
plays drums, rips a guitar too.
Yeah.
Also can sing and write songs.
Yeah.
Well, that was the
clarinet.
Clarinet. I played bugle when I was a kid.
Yeah. Played a mouth harp.
Yeah.
I'd pay so much money to see you in a Boy Scout suit.
There's a few people out there who would pay a lot of money for that.
I'm sure he still has his.
Oh, I totally do. I got all my merit badges, everything. Man.
Yeah. I was just guessing.
Man.
I know you're from the desert, right?
Yeah.
Sounds like a new band.
Yeah. The Boy Scouts.
Yeah, man. And I did want to get into it. So you grew up here. Obviously, you grew up out in Lancaster in the desert. You grew up here. You're a fucking little fucking nard dude, man. And we were talking before the pod. Jay has been coming to shows for fucking ever. He was the kid that you saw at the show when you went, how the fuck did he get here?
Yeah.
But you grew up all over Oxnard, right?
Yeah, I mean, born and raised in Hueneme mostly, and then all over South Oxnard, a little bit of Lemonwood, like we were talking about earlier.
Lemonwood, Alable, CHS, El Dorado Homes.
But yeah, and I'm still back living in Hueneme.
Yeah, that's cool. And when did you, I mean, I know you were going to shows when you were 10, 12, right? I mean,
right. Yeah, like 11, 12.
Have you gotten any taller? No, I mean, I've seen you for years, man, and I don't think you've fucking grown at all.
I maxed out at like 14 probably, you know. But first, I mean, my family, all my aunts and uncles like played guitar.
Oh, really?
And so when I was like 11, like 10, 11, my grandparents got me a really nice acoustic.
Really?
And I picked it up. One of my uncles was living with my grandparents at the time, and he played really well. He was like, I'll show you some stuff. But he was like a total dick about it, you know, and I couldn't keep my finger firm on the fretboard, you know. And he finally just got fed up with me, so I was like, oh, whatever, fuck guitar. Threw it in the closet, and I don't know, like 2 years later, and like really about the same time I started going to shows. So, see what's up with this thing, and I never put it down.
Yeah,
Right.
came out of the closet.
But like he was saying, I wanted to be a drummer, you
Yeah.
know, and my mom got me like this little 3-piece, 4-piece kit
Right.
from a garage sale for like $100. We lived in an apartment on Terrace Avenue in South Oxnard.
Grew up on Terrace too.
Oh yeah, and it, you know, nobody on that block plays drums, you know what I
No.
mean, or does anything,
No,
or, you know.
they don't do nothing productive at all, bro.
So like I had him set up in my room, and like the landlord was actually pretty cool and was like, yeah, you could totally fucking jam here and there. But all the local dudes were like, the fuck are you doing, dog? Like, you know what I mean? This fool plays drums, dog. That's a good thing, you know? I'm
That's
like, all
fucking
right.
gay.
What's
Yeah,
up, fool? What's up, fool?
Yeah, fool. Like,
Yeah.
you
You're out
got
here
your
fucking
sister's
moving
pants
your
on,
hands.
you know?
Yeah.
Like, I'm all dumb, so whatever. And like, I jam with some kid, but I actually really started playing in bands by playing bass. So in middle school, in 8th grade, these kids had a band, and we started hanging out. I had like English class with one of them, and go to their practice, and their bassist would always be surfing. And like, oh, he didn't show up again today. And like by the 3rd time, they're like, dude, pick up the bass. You're always here. Try to
Right.
fucking see what you could do.
Oh, you were just kind of hanging around?
Just hanging around,
Okay,
you
gotcha.
know? So I picked up the bass and like learned the songs, and they're like, all right, fucking, at least we can jam with you.
Sure.
And then they played a show, and I went, and that kid, the bassist, didn't show up, and they're like, well, fuck him, you're in now, you
Yeah.
know? So I started doing that, and it was bass forever, and then a little bit of drums, and the universe just kept like pushing guitar at me, like, dude, you're gonna play guitar, you're gonna play guitar, and that's all I've been doing now.
And what I always like to ask, like, what were the names of the first bands? Because they're always awesome, dude.
So the first band, they were called the Arsenics.
The Arsenics, okay.
And like,
Yeah.
it was funny to me because I was like, your logo is fire, so don't you mean like arsonist? And he's like, no, it's like, so and the kid who like made the band was like, didn't want to be wrong,
Right.
So he's like, no, dude, it's like arson, like, rat poison, and also like arsenic, or you know what I
Everything
mean?
mixed
Yeah,
together.
it's the same thing. It's like you kill rats with fire, and I'm like, oh, all right, whatever, dude, you know.
That's so funny because I mispronounce shit all the time, and literally, it's a kid going like, "Yeah, man, fucking the arsenics." Eh?
Yeah,
Look
yeah.
at you, that fool's a little arsenic, dude.
Yeah, and
Like,
then
that's not what that means, dude.
eventually, like, we ended up changing it because we all realized that it was dumb. We made it even dumber by calling it the motherfucking Arsenics bitch. So, like, you had to say that, you know what I mean?
Wow.
Like, hey, what's your band called? Like,
The
yeah.
motherfucking Arsenics bitch.
Yeah.
With a hard Chappelle bitch.
Oh, yeah, you know? I mean, but we were angsty little teenage, little
shits,
8.
dude, yeah. It's so funny, man. Yeah, I mean, I was in a band called The Fucking Wrath. You know what
Yeah,
I mean? And it
fuck
was
yeah.
for no other reason besides we were going to be called The Wrath.
Yeah.
Which there was a massive hardcore band like
Yeah.
from up north or something at the time.
Sure.
And I was like, well, fuck it. We're The Fucking Wrath, dude.
There you go.
know what I mean?
Yeah, fuck yeah.
I'll tell you, it's a hard sell for some people, dude. Like,
Oh,
it really
absolutely.
is, you know? It was such a dumb name that when we were on tour a lot, we would just tell random people we were called the Sneaky Tornadoes. It's literally the dumbest, also the dumbest name. You know what I mean?
I don't know if that's a band name or a sports
That was
team
our
or
alias.
what.
Like, that's what, we would just, I don't know why I was like at a gas station in the middle of fucking Iowa. And you know how when you roll up and you look like we do in a
Yeah.
town that you're not supposed to be in.
Yeah.
Immediately everyone's like, y'all in a band?
Yeah,
You know?
oh, yeah.
That's pretty much why I started being in a band, because
Right.
people kept asking if I was in a band. You know?
Exactly, yeah. So you roll up and they're like, "Oh, y'all in a band?" I'm like, "Yeah, man, we're a fucking ska band from Alaska." And they're like, "Oh, you're from Alaska?" I'm like, "What do you call it?" I'm like, "The Sneaky Tornadoes."
That's a great ska band, actually. Yeah,
It's
totally.
like the worst fucking name.
Not
But
once
it's just as believable as the fucking Wrath. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? Like on paper, you know.
Not once did anybody look at Craig and go, "Oh, you're not from Alaska."
Yeah.
They all went, "Oh yeah, okay, yeah."
He's got
Totally
a gun
makes
rack
sense.
and
Yeah, yeah.
Like when you're around normies, you know what I mean? Like you just fucking who gives it? No one's
No
ever
one
gonna
gives
remember
a
it.
shit.
You know what I mean? It's like
I don't know. Sometimes, you roll through those random cities in the fucking middle of nowhere where they got the old school gas station with 2 pumps, and they're stoked that that
That's
somebody's
true.
coming through. Like, what? We were coming home from Canada, out of Calgary, and going into, what is it, like Idaho, I think, or where
Yeah.
you coming
we came
to.
through Idaho.
And it was our last stop. It was fucking the middle of bumfuck nowhere.
right.
2 pump gas station. We walk in, same thing. Y'all in a band? And they like bought records. They bought shirts. Cool, so we hooked them up with a bunch of shit. It was like fucking awesome.
Yeah, it does happen every once in a while, man. But most of the time, you're like some fat mom. Fuck, you know what I mean?
Oh yeah.
It's like that bitch ain't buying nothing, dude. It ain't happening. What band? So what bands were you tour? Was that the tour? Was it Easy Death shit that you were doing?
In the Canada one was with Easy Death, but before that, so the motherfucking Arsenic's bitch, and then I played bass in The Last Priority for a little while for like 5 years.
They did some touring.
Yeah, I mean, I didn't really go too far on the road with them, but like they got my foot in the door of like learning how to be in a real band. Sure. You know what I mean? And have real practices and like write and record real music,
Right.
And then after that, or in the middle of that, I kind of started my own thing called Ghetto Blaster, and just
I like
shit's sick.
Really, yeah.
I remember the name actually.
We did some stuff, maybe like once or twice, and I know for sure you've seen us play a couple of times, but
sounds very hip hop.
Yeah, well, I really love hardcore. I really love rock and roll, and just whatever it came out of my hands was like, all right, these are going to be my songs, and did that for a long time, but it never really did anything. I had, no disrespect, but it's really hard to get 4 or 5 dudes, as you guys all know, to fucking be on the same page and want to do real shit. Yeah. So it was pretty much just like a jam band, and like we'd play shows here and there. Right. And, it was cool. I really enjoyed it. It was fun. I'd still like to like record it and make it just get it over with and done.
Sure. Yeah.
But that kind of fizzled out, and then I was in another band called 3 Day Holocaust with, Rap Boy and all those dudes, Andrew.
Yeah.
And
they're fucking so good.
Yeah, dude.
Bands, I mean, you guys, it was so good, dude.
Thanks, when we were on tour,
gnarly fucking like real raw hardcore punk fucking.
Cool, man.
His
Thank
Heroes
you, man.
Gone-ish, you know what I mean?
Oh, yeah,
vibes,
like,
you know what I mean? I love that shit.
Yeah, with that, it was totally just like that vibe, all that, tragedy, and then they're all like street punk kids, like they love all that like Global Thread and fucking whatever. So after that, or during that, is when their original guy left, David, and then I don't know, we got a new jam space over at Vinyl. And so we were doing this stuff there, and they were like, yo, can we hop on that? So I helped, like, Mike, who originally played drums, and Sean get into the room and load all their gear.
Right.
And they're all setting up to play. I'm like, all right, cool, you guys are good, you got your keys. Like, I'm out, set the alarm, And Sean was like, what's up, you're not going to pick up a guitar and just jam with us, I was like, all right. And unbeknownst to me, he taught me one of the songs. I thought it was just like a riff we were going to jam. Yeah. And then
he snuck an audition in.
Yeah, totally.
Basically. Unbeknownst to me.
Yeah, because I forgot that we shared a member. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, right.
Yeah, David.
And
fucking kid rips, man. God.
Fucking A, dude. Absolutely. So Spencer was working at the garage, doing sound for all those shows, and we were always there, like on open mic Wednesdays or whatever.
Yeah, you used to do awesome open mics before Jay owned the garage.
Yeah.
Completely fucked it up.
Yeah. I don't know. I don't know about that. It looks a lot nicer now.
Yeah, it doesn't smell.
Yeah, exactly. There's probably less water damage,
a lot less water damage.
We fixed quite a bit. You know what I mean?
Yeah, but you were doing awesome open mics over there.
Oh, dude, it was so much fun.
Yeah.
I mean, there was a lot of blurry nights, but,
Yeah, it happens.
So, I'm over there, and we're outside, like, having a smoke or whatever, and he's like, hey, what's up, fucking, I know you jammed with these dudes, like, what do you think about playing guitar? And, like, all right, fucking, I'm down. Hey, what about Andrew? And we all just, like, fuck, let's do it. 3 guitars, that's gnarly, but whatever, you know?
It's cool, man.
I was just stoked because I was like, oh, this means I get to do less.
So much
you
less.
know? But that didn't end up happening. We were just totally more.
Well, now you're trying to figure out how triple harmonies, you know?
You have so much other shit you have to figure out. To get it straight.
Totally.
Yeah.
Yeah, man. And then I want to touch on you. You grew up in the desert.
Yeah,
we are kindred spirits because we're desert.
Hey,
white trash
total
rat.
desert rat, man.
What's that?
Oxnard, homie.
Yeah, that's right, bro.
Yeah.
Yeah, me and you, Jay.
Yeah, that's
We
right.
got this, dog.
Yeah. Well, we can all arm wrestle after
We
this.
grew up.
Oh Lord.
Oh shit. Well, we're from Oxnard, so we will
true.
stab you.
I know.
That's what's gonna happen.
I have to put the knives down, I guess. But we also will get you addicted to meth. And
Yeah,
mom.
exactly. Yeah, we got good
Yeah,
math,
okay.
you know? Yeah.
You win. You win.
Meth or
We're
crack
done.
or both.
Or both.
Yeah.
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 Yeah,
You smoke the crack to come down. Yeah.
so often people have seen my bad teeth and they're just like, "Oh, you're from Lancaster, so you must
Yeah.
have done a bunch of meth." And I'm like,
Yeah.
"No, I just have bad
Yeah.
teeth."
Just inherent.
Yeah.
Inherent white trash.
My
shit.
parents are English.
Yeah, man. So you were actually born. Were you born in Lancaster? Or,
No,
I mean,
well, I was born in.
because you and your brother have kind of a wild fucking history, right?
Yeah, we're actually like half brothers, but
Yeah.
it like never really mattered.
Yeah.
We always lived together, or at least I always lived with him.
Right,
You know,
right.
we're 7 years apart. But no, I was born in Panorama City because.
Hey, me too.
Oh, really?
No fucking way.
Yeah, at the Kaiser, dude.
Dude,
Yeah.
what up?
Yeah.
Fucking Kaiser dogs over
Yeah,
here.
dude, that's
we must
weird.
have been on the same Medi-Cal, dude.
Yeah, two of my other friends that I know
wow.
were born in that same hospital.
Dude, that's
one of my
a
buddies,
trip.
Vince, like literally the same year we were born.
Really?
You know, and the same hospital.
I guess that's
It's
where
crazy.
all white trash people go to have babies.
Well, he's Mexican, so I don't know.
It's pretty the same.
yeah, but
Yeah.
so I was totally born in Panorama
Just one of them
City,
That's
has a better
crazy.
tan.
That's
wild.
That's all it is.
It's so weird, man.
Yeah.
Yeah, shit.
Yeah.
But yeah. So I mean, I was born out there, and my parents and my brother were living, I think, in like North Hollywood, somewhere out there. You know?
Oh, okay.
Both my parents are from like that area. My dad's from like La Crescenta, and my mom's from LA area.
Yeah.
But yeah. So when I was born, I think maybe a few months later they moved to Lancaster.
Yeah.
So basically, to me, I was born
you're
in
born in
Lancaster.
Lancaster.
Yeah.
I still call Lancaster my home, and I have
Yeah.
I've lived there
Totally.
for less than the majority of my life at this point. You know what I mean? Like,
you know,
and I wasn't even born in Lancaster. I was in fucking Trona, so it's like so much
Yeah.
worse desert.
Yeah,
but
that's-
it's the only town I can tell people that's even close. You know what I mean? So-
totally.
But I did live
and
in
people
Lancaster
barely
for a
even
long
know
time.
what the AV is,
Yeah,
you know,
exactly.
and it's like,
I never heard of fucking Trona.
No, exactly.
You listen to the podcast, you'll hear it a lot.
Yeah, it's a lot, dude. I'm literally the only person that made it out repping Trona.
probably.
Yeah, it's rough.
With teeth.
Yeah.
But yeah, I don't know. It was crazy growing up out there. I mean, like both my parents were musicians, and so you know, my brother grew up going to their band practices and stuff. I got a little bit of that later in their kind of like winding down phase.
What were they? What did they do? Just like a cover band stuff?
So they did covers, but they also did originals.
Oh, really?
Lot of-
Yeah.
Together,
A
like
lot of
Yeah,
acid
yeah,
rock.
together. Actually,
wow.
my dad always talks about how he told the rest of the band, like, "Yo, like, she's way too good to be in our band." You
Oh,
know?
really?
Like, my mom is an amazing vocalist.
Really?
Amazing. Like,
Okay.
she gets standing ovations at karaoke. You know?
Wow.
Like, Dream On will make me weep. You know, like it's insane. Like, I'm not a big Aerosmith fan, but
Well,
that song's great,
great
and
song.
my mom kills it.
Yeah,
You know,
there
but
you go.
and my dad's a great keyboard player. You know, he plays guitar and bass, and they're both very talented. So you know, we always had that in our lives, but they never pushed anything on us at all. But my brother ended up, you know, getting into the punk scene, and he was in a really like well-known band out in Lancaster, Leisure Boy actually, and I grew up going to those shows, and you know, he was in a few other bands. I just kept always going to those shows, and it influenced me so much. And eventually, you know, I started my own band at
Right.
14 with a couple of my buddies, and actually
what was that band called? Let's hear that.
Insidious.
Insidious.
Yeah, and we
Yeah,
were like
that's
a
a good
grind
name.
crust
There you
band.
go.
Yeah, yeah. Dude, we were just-
Unreadable logo, the whole deal.
Totally,
Yeah.
totally, and just horrible music.
Yeah.
You know?
Sounds like
unbearable.
you recorded on a trash can.
Yeah, and my mom put up with it. We practiced at
Oh, yeah.
my house. You know,
And fucking shout out to her.
oh, absolutely. dude.
torture.
I don't know
So-
how she dealt with that. I can't even deal with that nowadays.
Oh,
you
yeah.
know? Like it's
Insane.
But yeah. So
You know what sounds worse than grindcore? practicing grindcore.
Yeah, that's exactly right.
It's the worst noises you could possibly make. With the guys like,
Oh man, yeah. And we had like no official lyrics. We would just like scream the title of the song over and over. You know, like it would always change. Yeah. Didn't matter.
Yeah, fucking shout out to the parents that put up with that shit.
Yeah, totally, man. They, I wouldn't be doing any of this if it wasn't for them.
Yeah.
And my brother's dad too. He was because we have different dads. But his dad, amazing musician.
Oh, really?
Amazing guitar player. Yeah, absolutely. But yeah, so we had it all around us, all the time. My brother could tell you crazy stories about going to their parties. My parents had this club called KBGB, right?
Oh, really?
Yeah, and they would throw these big like pirate parties where they'd like rent a pirate boat, and they would like make big like batches of this like jungle juice type thing. I forget what it was called. There's like a name.
Yeah.
But my brother's like, dude, you have no idea. Like those parties were wild.
Yeah.
And my brother's there, like, had to have been, 5, 6, 7,
Right.
and like just
Running
hanging around all of this,
Yeah. Because my parents grew up out there as well.
Yeah, okay.
Like Court Hill, Lancaster, that's where my parents were born.
Oh, wow. Okay.
My fucking parents tell me stories about parties in the desert, and they're like, a normal weekend party was 100 kegs.
Oh, yeah.
100 kegs.
I bet.
Because
There's nothing.
Yeah,
so
there's nothing
they
to
had
do.
like an area, like in way fucking west fucking 240th, way the fuck out there that they would all party at.
Yeah.
But there would be 100 kegs on a weekend party.
I
You know what I
believe
mean?
it,
You're
man.
like, what the fuck? That's some animal shit, dude.
Yeah, growing up out there, I mean, like even when I was out there, which years and years, decades later, and like people are still just like renting generators and throwing a party in the middle of the desert.
Right.
And
It's a weird deal, but it's awesome.
yeah, absolutely. I know it's like such a like double-edged sword growing up out there.
Right.
Like when I was younger, I hated it so much and I couldn't wait to get out.
Right.
And now that I've been out for so long, it's like sometimes I miss it. There's
I do,
so much
yeah.
freedom and just space.
So I kind of feel the same way about growing up in Oxnard. Like it was nuts, and we had our shit we had to deal with, but it was a community.
Right,
and we had a fucking blast.
Oh, yeah.
And we all had each other's backs.
Yeah.
And it was such a good time.
Yeah.
But there was also the other crazy
moment,
shit that
it could
happened.
go
Yeah, for sure.
At any moment,
sure.
somebody's going to pull out a pistol or an
Yeah,
axe.
totally.
And
Right.
you might have to fucking take off.
Totally.
Yeah.
But the community and that environment, man, like you're obviously younger, so you guys didn't get so much of hanging out at the beach.
Oh yeah,
But man, oh my god!
I'm sure you guys had.
Oh,
to.
absolutely. We had
It was
definitely
That
had
shit
our moments on the
continues
beach.
on.
Yeah,
But I
yeah.
mean, like where we were at, it was like the only backyard you could roll up, where it's just like a bunch of punk rock kids and a bunch of straight up gangsters.
Right.
Like,
And everyone was okay.
yeah, everyone was cool. Like it was just like old school music on one side, and then like punk rock on the other, and then the crowds would intermingle, and like.
Right.
They'd come up to us, hey, punker bitches are bad, huh? Like, shit like that. Like, they're all trying to, like, get at our chicks or whatever.
Yeah.
But
Because they're just another level of like Chicano, really.
Right, absolutely.
like
Seriously, man.
hyenas,
But it was
like
cool,
fancy
too.
hyenas.
Same makeup, different
Right.
colored hair. You know what I mean?
yeah, straight
Yeah,
up.
same makeup, different color hair.
Yeah.
Still just hot.
But it was cool, though, because we could hang out there, and like you said, everybody had each other's back. And then when shit kind of got out of hand with them, we could always go to the beach and just start a fire on the other side of
Yeah.
the rocks. Or
And have a good time.
yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
So your uncle, you were talking about your uncle teaching you how to play guitar and stuff. Did he do like Spanish music and stuff? Was he like,
no.
what did he do?
So, like,
Was he like a Brent Woods type of guy?
yeah, I mean, so most of my family, like my mom's side of the family, is like as white as they come to. Like,
Oh, okay.
I got some pretty, strong white trash in my system
okay.
as well.
There you go.
And that's like all my family
God
out
bless
there.
you.
My dad was from Guam, so Chamorro.
Oh shit!
Yeah.
Yeah. Amen to spam.
But it was that's funny too, because I kind of got along with everybody, because all like the homies and everything thought I was Mexican.
Right.
So like, all right, cool. And then at school, like I went to Channel Islands, and like all the Islander kids go
all
there. You
of
know what
them.
I mean?
Yeah.
And immediately, like, oh, you're Islander, like,
Yeah.
cool.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Automatically accepted.
Automatically,
You're in
you
the
know?
others group.
Right,
usually.
right.
I mean, yeah.
So
Flag squad at Channel Islands is strong. them Filipino ladies out there love flag squash. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yep.
All the dance crews and all that shit. Yeah. I'd look through the yearbooks and be like, "What? You guys had a fucking skateboard team, and now we have a dance club? Like, what the fuck's going on? Totally. Bring the skate team back."
Yeah, totally, man. Yeah, it's wild, man. I mean, when I think back to growing up, you know, and he grew up in the Pacific Northwest too, and you know,
I lived right outside of Olympia.
Oh, okay.
I lived in a place called Shelton, and I lived all over. I moved a lot, but I lived up there, and you know, I looked a lot like you when I was about 12. You know, living up there, and then I moved to Oxnard.
Yeah.
You know, and I moved to El Dorado.
Oh shit!
And so
it's
a bit of a change,
right there.
Man.
Yeah.
Shit got real.
Yeah, real quick.
Then moved from El Dorado and moved to Terrace.
Oh yeah.
And shit got real.
Fuck, dude. Yeah. Terrace doesn't fuck around.
No, man. And would walk to school with Joe and Davi. So Joe and Davi lived right down the street. So they would come down, and me and my brother would walk outside as we're walking to school and see Joe and Davi, and we'd all walk to school together.
At least you had a legit crew to stroll with.
Dude.
Walking up those railroad tracks at night, like
Jesus
I'd go to
dude.
Wainimi all the time and hang out. That's where all the friends were and everything. And then, all right, it's fucking 10 o'clock on a school night. I better walk my ass back home to Terrace.
Right.
And I mean, I was on the end of it, so it was like maybe 5 minutes up the railroad tracks to get to my pad. And those 5 minutes at like 11 o'clock at night by yourself were pretty fucking sketchy.
Did you live down by the end by Pleasant Valley?
Yeah.
Yeah. That's where Joe and Davi lived.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, and it was, I mean, that whole street, like.
Yeah.
Different.
Oh my God, dude.
Yeah, sketchy.
I mean, like crazy. Like you don't know what you walk out the door, whatever might happen.
Right. You have to accept death every time you open the fucking door.
Kinda,
right.
You just gotta understand there's shit that might happen.
Oh, absolutely. But most of the time, like it was either, maybe some bullshit, but then it's like, hey, will you smoke weed or whatever?
Yeah.
Like,
Great unifier.
And then boom, everything's cool,
It is, dude.
You have a tan that helped you out.
Yeah.
I didn't have that tan.
Right.
So we had to figure things out and then work from there.
Right.
There was a lot of crazy stuff that anyways, I appreciate it because it made me understand that, we all work from different places and we just gotta figure stuff out.
Absolutely.
And then once you're from the place, once you've been there, it's like, leave that fucking
leave that
fucking
alone.
weirdo alone.
Yeah.
I mean,
Yep. For sure.
It's odd, man. But
I remember we walked
I miss
up the
being
street.
a kid, man. Just and desert, like, dude, I could just jump on my motorcycle and like, gone,
totally,
all day. You know what I mean?
All my first cars, like, I would just basically kill them in the desert.
Right.
Like it's like, there's like, you could take this route to go there, but fuck it, let's take the desert. You know? And I'm in a Civic. It's like, but,
yeah, man, it's great. And I've said this so many times on the podcast. Every show I've ever played in Lancaster has been completely nuts.
Oh yeah, that's why I always go back. I will always go back because one, like, I owe it, to Lancaster, but the other thing is I know how thirsty those kids are for something,
Because there was a massive thriving scene out there, like in the late 80s,
yeah,
90s,
absolutely, yeah,
right?
Fed
the
Up,
AV hardcore,
Terminal Holocaust, dude.
This is the one and only time that you will hear somebody say in a band, I owe it to Lancaster.
Yeah, totally.
I owe it to Lancaster to go back.
I mean, we would have big punk bands coming through every year, and they made sure to stop through because they knew that, Well,
it's like it was one of those spots where you would never heard of it, and you show up and there's 400 fucking people there, and they are ready to roll.
Yeah,
dude.
it wild.
It goes back to it's just poor people. That are just like, hey man, here's some shit we relate to. Let's go.
And I think that's why the Nardcore thing stuck so hard.
Yeah.
Oh, for sure.
For like the Nardcore thing, I'm sure it's the fact that we just all stuck together. Like no matter what if right now if Tony calls me, I'm going to go help him out. And we've been all helping each other out for years. And I was never part of the punk scene other than doing security.
Sure.
So I never listened to it. I never was part of it. But I got into it because I was a bouncer and started doing all that stuff. And then I met Tony and all these different people and just like, man, the community is strong. You know? But I think that goes back to growing up in Lancaster or Oxnard or whatever it is. It's having, we're all eating beans and rice and tortillas.
Yeah.
Period.
Government
you know what I mean?
cheese.
And government cheese and like mashed potatoes for weeks or whatever it is. So when we all get out and get together, we're all at that same level.
Right.
We're all going to support each other, and we're just going to have a good time, and then just have to deal with the fools.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
And that's what I was going to kind of bring up was the fact that like there was such a strong connection between the AV scene and Ventura scene, and I think it was such a natural kind of blend because of those similar adversities, you know, that we had to overcome, and you know, just that community and that general love for each other. It was easy, you know.
And we have the beach on our side, so
This is
that's
true.
why you guys all came out here, right?
Even as a kid, when I lived in Roseman, we would spend at least 1 week in a month up here because I have cousins that were raging over the redheads, and we had beach family. You know what I mean? So it was like there's something about the AV that no one wants to fucking go to LA. Yeah. A lot of them go to LA for work. Yep. Ventura is a beautiful little spot, you know, and you get here and you're like, fuck, people are cool, like, because it's so fucking hostile over there sometimes in AV. You know what I mean? Like,
it's only gotten worse.
Yeah, I'm sure, man. I mean, even when I moved back,
yeah, that's right.
I moved back for a couple of years because I'd work out there, and Rosie was going through cancer, and you could feel the tension in the town. Like every time I'd walk into a fucking store, it was like, fuck, man. And it was, I mean, a lot of racial tension.
Yeah.
You know? I mean, the whole town's divided by Division Street.
Yeah, well, yeah.
And all the black people
crazy.
live on the east end, and all the white people live on the west end. You're like, what the fuck?
There's a lot of, like, you know, like skinhead problems.
A lot of
and
that
then
shit.
there's a lot of, like, gang problems, you know? And so it's very blatant when you walk through it. Yeah.
Because it was weird because me, like a guy who isn't racist, Jay. A guy who has black friends. Yeah. Jay calls me a racist constantly on this podcast.
Oh, Lord. Have you guys met him?
Yeah. His name's Black Mike. Yeah. Anyway, you know, I'd be in a store, dude, and I look like a racist. You know what I mean? Like, I really do. You know what I mean?
You're a white dude.
According to Lancaster,
I
fit in pretty good, you know, with what those guys look like. And I'd be in a store, and some dude's like dogging me out, and I'm like, what the fuck, you know? And now I'm like, what the fuck are you looking at, dude? Like, you know, it's like it feeds this weird tension, dude.
Right.
Like, it was very odd, you know. But the punk community out there was insane. I mean, I've seen every crazy thing I've ever seen is out there. You know, from whether it was people getting hit in the head with bottles or pulling guns at shows, or your fucking brother or Scheimer throwing drum stools into a pizza parlor window and rioting and stomping in cars.
I'd always be front stage at my brother's shows, and like, I've been sprayed in the face with a fire extinguisher by him. I've been kicked in the face by a fucking boot, you know, that was his, you know. It's like, you're right. You know, every wild thing, dude. But we lived for that. Like, I know. You know,
it was the most, like, one of the craziest moments. It was like Slow Burn. I think it was the Filthy Manassies did that show. Was it a pizza parlor? It was like a pizza parlor bar or something.
Oh, that's
and that's where that security guard punched the kid so hard it cracked his head open.
Whoa! Oh, are you talking about El Dorado?
I don't know. It was
the pizza joint. You might be thinking of maybe Jerry's Pizza.
No.
Oh, okay.
It was a big, like, open bar. There was like 300 people. It was Filthy Manassies did a reunion. It was Slow Burn, so this was like pre the Wrath. And then that was my band with Brooke.
So yeah, I was
and
probably
everybody.
too young.
But basically, we were, and wasn't all the Glass and Ashes guys were there. We were smoking weed in the van. This fucking security guard does something in the back, and there was a back area where all the bands were parked. And this guy punched this kid so fucking hard it cracked his head open.
Whoa!
Right. So we're all fucking high, and now we're dragging this kid like into our van. He's bleeding. Right, and I don't know what happened, but at one point during, I think it was a Filthy McNasty set, either your brother or Scheimer whipped the fucking drum stool into the bar, right, and it starts just chaos, right, and I'm like, oh, this is crazy, you know, because now at this point I'm from Ventura, and that shit doesn't happen here, you know what I mean?
Right.
And I'm standing outside, and there's 300 kids in the parking lot going, up the punks, up the punks, and they're stomping the owner's car flat. You know what I mean? And now the cops are coming, and you're like, what the fuck is going on here, dude?
See ya.
Gotta go.
I think that had to have
I
been
really
El
miss
Dorado.
Oxnard right
Maybe
now.
El Dorado. It was ridiculous, dude. It was like out of a movie, you know. You're like, what the fuck? And then I watched John Scheimer jump kick someone's fucking door down. You know what I mean? That night, you know what I mean? I was like, it just is. Every time we played there, it was like, you play in the backyard, the neighbor gets up, pulls a gun, it's like, you guys are done. We're like, we're done.
We're done.
Yeah, totally.
We're good, you know?
Yeah, or, you know, like the cops are raiding the place and they're beating everybody
Beating
up.
the fuck out of everybody.
Yeah, totally.
Because that's the training ground for all LAPD.
Oh, yeah. And
So they come there to fucking
but
hit
it's
people.
sheriff out there,
It's sheriff,
you know?
yeah.
So
Sheriffs are pricks wherever you're at.
Yeah, they're
Right.
scary
I mean,
people for sure.
you know,
out there.
there might be a few of you out there that are cool, but for the most part, if you're a sheriff, they train you to be an asshole.
Yeah, just remember I'll
You know.
outrun you, dude.
Yeah.
Wow. Are we still
I
going
saw
that
that.
fucking dream, dude?
I still
Come on,
stand by
man.
that comment.
Oh my
Come
god,
at me,
dude.
pigs.
Yeah, and I still stand by that comment of I'll pay for it if they tase you. I mean, if
I
you don't
literally had
outrun them,
someone, I literally went to a store, and someone I didn't really know was like, hey, bro, are you really going to race a cop? And I was like, I'm all,
That's awesome.
and I was like, I will absolutely fucking race a cop, dude.
Yeah.
I'll fucking do it.
Yeah, I've done it a
Yeah.
few times.
I obviously have never done it on foot. Yeah. Motorcycles back in the days in Oxnard, I did it quite a bit.
I lost a couple times. I've won a couple times. You know, I just call it.
You
Call
know,
it.
and here's something my dad taught me when I was a kid, and I mean a kid, and my dad told me, look, if you run from the cops and they catch you, they're whooping your ass.
Oh,
Yeah.
Yeah.
Don't
like,
get caught.
That's period. That's just how that works.
Mm-hmm.
If you're gonna run,
No.
be committed, because if they catch you, you're getting your ass whooped.
Yeah.
And I know everybody now is like, oh no, let's videotape this cop. But you shouldn't have ran.
Yeah.
I mean, not to say that there isn't circumstances, but like, I was always taught if you run,
You're going to get hit.
guaranteed
get your
ass
ass whooped,
whooping.
man.
Yeah,
You know, and
totally.
you better be
Totally.
ready to accept it, and hopefully you get away.
Right.
Yeah.
It's
you know?
it's a roll the dice, dude.
Yeah.
You know?
And
It's
this
a risk.
fucking guy thinks he can actually get away at fucking, you know what I mean?
can get
Yeah.
That's
His
I
fucking
stand by it.
KKK hood's just going to keep dropping over his eyes. Now he's going to trip over his fucking robe.
If I have the KKK hood, they're not going to chase me anyway.
Yeah, right.
They're just going to
They're gonna be
deputize
like,
me, dude.
Can I take you to lunch? Here,
So,
let me help you
whoa,
out.
you're one of
Oh,
us.
hey,
My bad, right? Come on over.
You want to ride the cop car, buddy?
Hey, how high
We're
is
having
the
a
grass?
fire later. You want to come by?
So you're going to the crossbreeding too?
Yes.
Fuck.
Hey, we'll meet you all up in Ojai. Yes. Oakview has a
yeah.
special little space for you guys.
Oh man, yeah, I lived up there for a while,
Yeah.
dude. Up in Wheeler Springs.
Oh, yeah, you guys are way up there.
Oh, dude, hey, man, it's
that,
real.
That's actually
It's
where
real.
like Easy Death really,
Started,
really formed together, and like we recorded our demo up there. Like that was before I was doing sound, and like
Right.
I didn't know what I was doing, but it came out all right.
Yeah.
But yeah, there was a bunch of times where I'd be at the McDonald's in the parking lot or whatever, and like all of a sudden these big trucks come doing donuts with big old flags, and
Yeah.
it's like,
Well,
all right,
am I
this-
in Lancaster?
Yeah, I was like, this is oddly familiar. Like,
Yeah.
a time warp back in time to Lancaster.
Yeah.
Totally.
We can get into stories, man, about that. I not understanding what I was getting into. I had gone up to a party up there and hanging out with
dude.
with two of my black brothers, and all of a sudden,
Yep.
Yeah, totally.
what's going on,
Yeah.
man?
Yeah.
This is not cool.
Yep.
You know, and it got really, really, really ugly, and we had to get out of there, man.
Yeah.
There
Yeah.
was no, like, it was not. It was horrible.
Yeah.
There was a weird history. Up
Yeah,
there for
it
a
was.
long
It was
time.
like
Oh,
some
yeah.
deep South Bubba.
That's
you
so
know,
crazy because like
squeal like a
moving up
pig
to
shit.
Ojai, I was like, oh, you know, like vegans and
Oh,
like,
and that's
you know,
it's weird.
Yeah,
It's a
Birkenstocks.
dichotomy
it's a
of both.
polar opposite.
It's
dude.
exactly
yeah.
both, though.
Yeah,
Well, it's kind
so
of like
crazy.
Ventura. We all live in Ventura, and we're all who we are, and we're all part of this community. And we're like, man, what a great fucking city, man. This is awesome. But our council and everybody that runs the city are sorry ass conservatives.
Right,
You know,
right,
our
right.
sheriff is still saying,
Right.
no, we shouldn't have marijuana in our community.
Right.
Really. You know, you just keep snorting coke off hookers' asses.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? You fucking hypocrite pig.
That's,
You know?
I mean, that's
You
what
hear
it
that,
comes down
Sheriff?
to, man.
Jay's going to
Yeah.
be outrunning you here in a minute.
I am not outrunning anybody, and I promise you I will do whatever you guys ask. And I totally understand if you hit me for what I just said.
Yeah, but you're not wrong. It's weird.
Yeah.
man. But yeah, when I lived up in Ojai, it was so weird because it was this perfect, like a bunch of old Ojai is like a bunch of fucking, rednecks, dude.
Yeah.
And then you get into the downtown area, which is where I live, and it was just like fucking hemp pants and man buns.
Yeah,
patchouli.
yuppies with
Fucking
Birkenstocks.
Patagonia fucking, people. And you're like, God damn, dude.
It's the Miners Oaks and the Oakviews.
Well, I was
Ojai
right
is
past
Ojai.
downtown, so I
If
saw
you get
all
into
the
Miners
LA.
Oaks and Oakview and stuff, man. It was gnarly rednecks.
Yeah.
Just gnarly.
Yeah.
White trash, dirty rednecks, man, and nobody wants to talk about that hidden secret of Ojai,
Right.
But it's real.
Oh, they all know. We all know.
Yeah.
Everyone knows.
It's the hidden secret of
And
America, basically. At this
it's why
point,
hippies up in Ojai bred sheep is just so that they could distract them from going into their house. Just throw some sheep towards them fucking dirty trash fucks, and they wouldn't raid their barn. You know what I mean?
Yeah, dude. I don't know if I ever told you this story, Jay, but I lived right past downtown, right next to OBC, right, which is pretty cooler little burger spot.
Yeah.
Me and my buddy Chris Perez, we were gonna go shooting up at the glass factory up in, and I'm a fucking total lefty who loves guns. You know what I mean? I'm
Right.
like, I don't fit all the things.
So far left, you got your guns.
Yeah,
back.
I'm right about right.
Yeah.
But anyway, so we're gonna go shooting, and fucking, I don't smoke pot, but Chris goes, "Hey, dude, I brought a joint. You want to smoke?" I'm like, "All right, dude, I'll take a puff. Like, that sounds cool, whatever." So we fucking load all these guns in the fucking back of my truck, right? I get in my truck, he gets in my truck, his buddy's in the back. We take off. I turn left. I hit the chevron right there.
Yeah.
I get out, and my tailgate's open, and a whole basket of my guns and ammo is gone.
Oh,
I'm like,
no.
what the fuck? And some of them aren't really legal. You know what I mean? Yeah.
man.
So I fucking panic, right? And now I'm instantly sober. And I fucking, like, Chris starts running down the street, right? And now I whip in my truck. I fucking slam the thing. I roll through the thing. I stop. I go to the right where I turned left out of my own road. There's a basket and bullets and fucking guns all over the street, dude. And I'm like,
So, okay.
So
you
I
were
get
just
out.
being a fucking, you had a stoner moment.
I didn't close my own tailgate.
Oh, my-
I thought he did.
We've been robbed.
Dude. And I'm like, what the fuck? There's fucking 12 gauge shells everywhere. There's a fucking, like, 3 guns on the ground. And now people are starting to be like, what the fuck
are you doing?
I'm like running and I'm grabbing shit and I'm throwing it in my truck. I'm in the middle of the fucking street. I parked completely sideways, right? And this hippie bitch, dude, like dreadlock hippie hemp pants.
Yeah.
She is holding the basket and she's just realizing what it is. You know what I mean? And she's like, there's guns in there. I'm all, fucking put it down, bitch. Fuck, and I'm like screaming at her. And she's like, she drops it. And she's like, there's guns in there. I'm all, fucking, hey, there's guns in there. And I just like throw shit in the back, dude. I fucking slam it. And I
Just trying to get away.
I literally left ammo on the road, dude. Like, I was gone. You know what I mean?
Dude.
Oh my god! And it was like, this is the most Ojai moment I could possibly. It's the best Ojai moment I could have created. You know, like terrifying hippies with just bullets and guns on the ground. Dude. You know, I mean, they were in cases, but motherfucker, dude. A couple of those boxes went.
Oh, shit, man.
Oh, what an asshole, dude! And that's the last time I ever smoked pot. Pretty much.
Scared straight.
Yeah, that fucking freaked me out, dude. Oh, such an asshole, dude. What an asshole, dude. I never felt so dumb in my life. But then we had a great day shooting. So that's awesome. And I went home and I was like looking for cops everywhere. Like, oh,
Sir,
fuck
we
this,
found,
dude. What an asshole, dude. It's rough, dude. Oh, anyway. So when is the record coming out?
So,
sorry to change gears on your record.
Oh, no, it's all good. So, yeah, we're shooting for May. We've got another single that we'll be releasing here shortly.
There you go.
But yeah, May is looking like the time.
Are you guys doing it on a label, self-release?
So that's still to be determined, you know.
You talking to anybody?
You know,
All right, there you
fifth,
go.
You know?
There you go.
Fee 505.
There you go.
Yeah.
Awesome.
Yeah.
So we'll see what happens.
Yeah, that's great, dude. Is there a plan? Like, you guys want to hit it, tour, do the actual thing, or are you guys going to go all in?
Yeah, you know, it's still a little bit up in the air because we haven't really determined the exact date yet of what we want to do. We're still in the studio, so we're kind of like lining everything up.
Where are you recording, by the way?
Captain's Quarters.
Oh,
of
Armand?
course. Yes, sir.
Can't go wrong.
Shit.
Yeah, shout out Armand.
Yeah,
dude.
Armand. We
Dude.
love you, brother.
Night Demon,
man.
dude.
Dude, he's just such a wizard, man.
He is so badass, man. He's just such a good human being, man.
Yeah, and that's the thing right there, too, is like you feel comfortable when you're in the studio with him. It's just like, I mean, you know, like I've known him for years at this point, just as, you know, acquaintances, friends, you know, but like, that's the biggest thing to me is I'm a really nervous person. I have horrible anxiety, and just being able to go into somewhere where you feel comfortable doing
it's a huge part of it, dude.
Yeah, it's great, and the product that is delivered from that is so much better.
And you don't have to explain anything to that dude.
No,
and he'll give you as much input as you ask for.
Yeah,
but he will not like he can be an engineer and he can also be a producer at the same time.
Totally,
you know what I mean? And he understands heavy music pretty well. I mean, we broke him in pretty hard, you know what I mean, with Wrath and all that shit. But he already had a really good understanding for how to get tone. You know what I mean?
Totally.
And he's a tone nerd like I am. And you don't have to fucking explain anything to him.
Yeah, actually, he played. He's got music credits on our newest single, Gunstone.
Oh, okay.
He pulled out the baritone guitar and he was just like, "Hey, let's beef this up."
Yeah,
dude.
yeah.
And like, I'm like showing him like what the chords were real quick, and he's like, "I got it."
Oh, he's so good, man. When you watch him, like, he's done that. Where, you know, for us, like, couple times, just helping get shit in. He's like, "Oh, dude, let me take a run at it." I'm like, "Fucking absolutely."
Fuck yeah.
I'm like, we're in. He's like, "I don't care. You're good. We got it." Like, I know what I've been watching you fuck this up for a minute. I know, man. I don't know what I'm doing. But yeah, he's always like, he's so fucking good. And being comfortable in a studio is one of the most uncomfortable things. You know what I mean? It really, like, it's just when you, especially like with our music, heavy shit. There's so few people that really get it. Yeah. You know, so it's like if you were to walk in with your tunes to any old dickhead, he'd be like, "Whoa, this is way too loud. What the fuck?" You know, and you'd be
That's
arguing
a little too heavy
points.
for me.
And, you know, but like, it's like going to a really killer tattoo artist that makes you feel comfortable as soon as you get in there, you know, like, and he does such a good job of that. And he knows what he's doing, you know.
Absolutely.
Because I've done the other thing where you went to the big wig fucking recording guy. Right. And it's like, we're bottom of the barrel for this dude. He somehow is doing us a favor. Yeah. You know what I mean? And he's treating us like that, you know?
Fuck yeah.
Yeah.
But so March, and then are you guys, you want to do tour? Like, is it something you guys want to keep doing? Yeah, we're going to be
hitting the road for sure.
You guys really want to do it?
We're hitting the road. And we're like, honestly, like, I would love to like get on some little stints of tours with you know, some other people. You know, that's
Psycho
the dream.
Fest.
Yeah, totally. Killer, right? Yeah, we're open to anything. We got the tour van ready to just burn to the ground. You know,
who's got the van?
Our drummer.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Nice. Actually, it was when he first tried out. That's kind of the funny joke. Like he tried out, and then it's like, yeah, you know, so this seems to be working, and you know, he told us he has a van, and we're like, yeah,
right, well, you're in.
Literally.
Your van is definitely in. You know, like, that's kind of the joke. But yeah, we actually, you know, he got it all tuned up and everything. It has like a Camaro transmission in it or something.
Shit.
Yeah.
I don't know. Yeah.
That's awesome.
But something like that. Yeah, we just road tested it a couple weeks ago. Mm-hmm. Did a little weekend run to Lancaster and then Santa Barbara, and that was great. That was total great time.
Those little weekend warrior trips are the way to do it for
totally.
Me,
yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
A couple days, you know, if you can do like Ventura, fucking Oakland, you know, and back, you know, or hit fucking Bakersfield on the way back around or something like that. That's the way
right.
To do
I'm in the process of picking up a van.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
No, did you register on Megan's Law already?
No, I'm letting you know so that when you know the band starts to tour again, I'll you know.
Oh, you could drive us around?
Yeah.
Oh, dude.
Sweet, dude. Yeah, we need a driver.
Yeah.
Awesome.
Right.
Dude, it's got a power outlet so that we can hook up for Bill Benson, so his heart machine and shit. You know what I mean?
For his dialysis.
Yeah, dude, we got Bill covered, man. It's one of the reasons I was like looking at the van, going, this is gonna happen.
We need more power here.
Yeah, we got to make sure we have an outlet so that we can hook Benson's.
That's the difference in touring now. We used to tour with a Volcano, dude. You know,
yeah.
Now I'm like, does it got a TV there?
Yeah.
That'd be fucking cool if I could watch like fucking Yellowstone. Normally, before it was like, you got a pound of weed, dude.
Yeah,
you got a vaporizer. Come on,
let's go.
Yeah.
It's fucking ridiculous, dude. Well, fuck. What do you guys got coming up? You got shows. You said you're playing some shows
so
soon.
March 11th.
This will be out tomorrow. So.
Oh, wow. That's fast.
We're quick, dude.
So March 11th.
Always fast.
We're going to be at Transplants Brewery in Palmdale.
Palmdale.
Yeah, opening for Early Moods and Sonic Medusa, which is like a bunch of ex-members of bigger bands. And then we got like local band Knox opening up for that.
Okay.
Dude, Transplants is an amazing
It's crazy.
venue. Yeah,
Man.
they're so cool there. They take care of you. It's like a proper fucking venue.
And
no
for
matter
Lancaster,
who you are,
that is the coolest thing that's fucking happened in a long time. It's a Transplants Brewery. It's awesome fucking brewery.
Absolutely. Shout out Matt. Doing a lot of shout outs on this, but he's a cool dude, man. And like, no matter what level you're at, they treat you like a proper rock star. And that's a great feeling.
And it's a nice day. It's too tall. That's my.
Oh, I love it, dude. I like being up high.
Yeah, that is the one drawback, is it is real tall.
It's fucking tall. But it sounds great. It's
scared of heights there.
I just don't like being that high up in the air, dude. I mean, it's like it's over chest high. You know what I mean?
Well, what are you gonna fall off the stage? What are you worried about?
I'm getting a little wobbly in my old age, dude. You know what I mean? It's like
fair enough. I understand.
I look down too far. I'm like, ooh.
Yeah.
And I do a lot of movement, man. I'm headbanging my ass off most of the time when we play.
A lot of movement, huh?
You listen. I think you're seriously underestimating how fucking agile I am.
Yeah. First of all, when you can say it right, and then we'll work into the rest of it.
We're gonna talk about saying words right, dude.
No, it's not. Yeah, we're good.
Yeah. Was it? Wolf?
Hey, man, I grew up around an urban environment. So go
ahead. Say ambulance.
Man, I can't say axe. See, I said it right. Axe, right? That's right. Yeah, axe.
It's close.
But Jay's never seen me play that much. He doesn't know how fucking agile I used to be.
Oh yeah, totally, dude.
I believe. Craig
used to scare the shit out of me on stage, dude.
I'm telling you guys right now. Yeah. Seriously, serious a heart attack. I believe 100%. He used to be.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Not so round.
I was always this round. I just moved a lot better.
Yeah.
Oh, always this big.
It's like a Chris Farley type situation.
I'm literally Ventura's Chris Farley.
The bionic pair. You see there, I fucked it up. The bionic
Arrest my case.
Fuck you. I don't like you. You're
Jury's out, dude. Anyway, I don't know, man. Well, I'm stoked for you guys. I really love you guys fucking...
Dude, love you.
Awesome to see you
Thank you
guys
for having us. We're absolutely stoked for this.
Where can everyone get all your shit?
Yeah, so Instagram, Facebook,
Easy Death on all things.
Easy Death Band on Instagram.
Listen to it all day. Loved it.
Facebook.com/Easy Death Band.
Right.
We're also on Bandcamp. We've got a YouTube, which we just started with the release of this video. So we're gonna be putting up a bunch of stuff. Transplants, I know they give you like a recording.
They do a really good job.
So we'll probably have that live performance up as well. So we're gonna have a bunch of stuff. We're working on a lot of different things.
Yeah, it's on
expanding
Spotify and all this stuff.
Yeah,
Spotify. What am I thinking? Yeah. So Spotify.
There's
Facebook.
As Jay heard when I pulled up. I had it cranked up, and I have a pretty nice stereo system in my truck, and I've been listening to it all day.
Oh, nice.
So when I pulled up, I had it cranking.
Nice. That's the proper way to listen to it.
Dude.
Yeah.
I paid a lot of money.
Yeah,
a ridiculous amount of money for my stereo system.
Nice.
The guy that installed it was like, I told my brother, he's like, people put good stereo systems in their cars, and that's really cool. And your brother, dude. Like, what is going on?
When I drive with Jay, I listen to loud music. I'm constantly like, it's so loud.
Yeah, that's how I am.
You know what I mean? Because I don't play loud music in my car. You know what I mean? I'm deaf anyway. But every time I'm with him, I'm like, I can't fucking. I can't hear it. I can't hear you. You're talking to me.
I can't music in my car, dude.
I paid
and it sounds good. You know?
I paid a grip of money, and then proceeded to blow the speakers out repeatedly, and then went back to him and was like, hey, come on, bro, man, we need to. And he's like, oh, fuck. Yeah. All right. Like, I haven't done this in years, But it was so fun listening to it after doing what I was doing today and running around and all that stuff, man, it's so good.
Fuck yeah.
And I love the music that's coming out nowadays. It's like it's so much back to a lot of the old school stuff.
Yeah.
And you guys have that same grindy, grungy, just good,
yeah, totally.
You know?
I mean, a lot of my influence, honestly, is a lot of '90s alternative,
Right.
man.
Yeah.
And then mixed within that, like, pretty much, yeah. Like Jay always jokes and calls us Doomvana. And I love that because I'm a huge Nirvana fan.
Yeah,
so,
dude,
yeah.
right?
Yeah, that makes sense.
But I mean, yeah, we're basically like doom-drenched alternative post-hardcore.
Right.
You know, so like
Yeah.
Shoegaze.
there's no more
fucking
fucking genres, okay? You know?
Yeah. Genres are completely fucking
Yeah,
dude.
yeah. And
I wanted to ask because you guys are kind of playing. I'm like out of the loop right now, but there's been a lot of bands like popping up in Ventura. Is there anyone like that you guys are fucking jamming on right now that's locally?
Dude. Oh man, there's so many good bands out here.
I know it's crazy.
I mean,
I'm missing all of them, dude.
Dude, I've been really on Artie, dude.
I know.
Artie
Well, yeah.
rips,
Artie
man.
fucking-
Yeah, I know he was on.
Yeah, we had him on.
Yeah, dude, I love Artie.
So crazy.
Dude, who
Like
else?
crazy
is just
next level
ripping?
shit.
Yeah.
I mean, you know, Damien Die Healing.
Yeah.
You know, he's our brother in heaviness. So, you know,
Yeah.
shout
Well,
out.
I'm really glad because I just for a long time, dude. Like, there's hardcore bands, there's fucking nardcore bands.
Yeah.
For a long time, we were the only really heavy fucking bands, and I'm so fucking stoked that people are still doing it because it's like we've never fit in the genre.
Yeah,
Right.
If you're not like a fucking nardcore band, or you're not like a tough guy punch your fucking sister hardcore band.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? You're not like fitting in, right? And
Yeah.
we always made our own way, dude. And I'm fucking stoked to see that there's bands that are like just running with that shit.
Created a legacy, Craig.
The only reason Craig didn't punch his sister is because she'd whip his ass.
Yeah,
totally.
The only reason that didn't happen. She's thought about it, or he's thought about it a couple of
I'd love to
times,
punch her
and he's like, "Nah, man, I'm good. I
don't need that heat,
I
dude."
just got my teeth fixed. We're okay."
But yeah, I'm stoked for you guys, man.
Absolutely.
So everyone
Thank
check
you.
it out. Easy Death on all things. Easy Death
Easy
band.
Death.
Check out the new single. It fucking rips.
Yes.
The new video. All that shit.
Everything was awesome. Appreciated. Love listening to it all
Thank
day
you guys
today,
for
man.
having us.
Yeah.
Yeah, man.
Thank you guys for just keep doing this stuff, man.
Yeah, fuck
you
yeah.
know,
We ain't quitting.
no,
Ain't quitting,
no,
bro.
good
It's
thing.
The problem.
I don't know what else to do. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
Like,
exactly.
It's
Your
been so
lifer,
long.
dude.
Yeah, it's been so long. You're like, well, what would I do if
Man.
that was the thing about fucking COVID. I'm like, after July, like, this is the longest it's been since I've heard, like, seen live music,
Right.
played a show.
Right.
What the fuck's going on, you know?
Yeah. Makes you rethink shit.
Oh, dude.
You either fall in love with it or you decide you don't want to do it anymore. You know
Fuck
what
no,
I
I
mean?
couldn't wait, you
Yeah,
know?
It's beautiful. All right, man. Let's get the fuck out of here.
All right,
Sweet.
peace.
Thanks, dude.
Love you guys.
Bye.